part of the problem you have is you have a lot of guys who are raised to be pussies. You have a lot of guys who were raised by single mothers, or they were raised in two-career households, and now you've got the first generation of men who grew up with that. And you have all these passive guys who grew up with their parents telling them they want them to be Alan Alda. And you know what? No woman wants to be with some pussy.
I was just saying, but earlier you said...
Most women don't.
Okay, would you let me talk, or...
Well, no, don't tell me how to do the show. Let's start with that. I'm the host of the show. You are here to be used by me. You call in, I exploit you. I squeeze you for all the juice you have, and then I kick you out like an orange run.
Suck my d***.
Yeah, well, suck this, pal. You know, people talk about shock radio. Am I a shock jock? No. Well, here's what's shocking. I'm the only son of a bitch who goes on the radio and says exactly what I'm thinking. How can you hear a word a woman is saying when you haven't seen her naked yet?
Seriously, get yourself some therapy.
Oh, I don't need therapy. You need therapy. And you know why you need therapy? Because you continue to listen to an idiot like me, you moron, you bitch.
Haven't you
You bitch. You got the goddamn radio turned up. Turn it off now, now, now.
You're a dead man.
I am? Why's that?
I like your show, but you're dead.
Why's that, Bobby?
You're talking about fat women, and you're coming to Detroit. And Detroit has some of the fattest women in the world.
Women want to stay home, and they don't want to have to go to work every day. That's the bottom line, Penny. Women have taught me over the years. They've taught me a lesson. And the lesson is, don't become their friend. Because when you become their friend, you will never be their sex partner, ever. I want to ruin our friendship. I don't want to ruin what we have. Fine, I won't be your friend then. I'm not worried about whether I piss people off, and I'm not trying to piss people off. I just say what I think the way it comes out of my mouth.
I'm glad there's someone out there who's telling it like it is.
Thomas! Tom Leykis!
I think Tom is a role model for a lot of guys like me.
What he cares about, he said today, was his own self-fulfillment. And he doesn't care about anybody else, and it's pretty darn obvious. But I think what he's going to find is it's not going to make him fulfilled.
I think he's going to find that he's filthy,
I think he's going to be real rich, and I think he's going to look back on his life and say, you know, what message did I send out there? And is this society, is this world any better for it? I don't think so.
I don't think it matters.
I like Tom because, well, for one thing, I almost always agree with him.
Tom Leykis is the greatest radio personality ever.
I like his sense of humor and the fact that he's more centrist, you know. He's not really, you know, to the right or too far to the left, you know.
Why do women say there are no guys out there? It's because they find little pussies like you.
He's right on. I mean, I can't explain it.
What offends me about Tom Leykis is that I can hear in his voice and the subtext, and sometimes the actual things he says are very hateful. And I think that it adversely influences particularly young men, and as a result, I believe that it contributes to violence against women and the rape culture that we live in.
I get a smile on my face, and then it's crazy because then you hear other callers call up, and then you like agree with them too or disagree, and then sometimes when you agree with them, like the way that they word it, you didn't really think of that before, but all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, right on, yeah, you're totally right, I agree with you.
What matters is whether I get people talking. When you're first going through menopause, you can't say, well, now that my kids are grown, now I'm going to get into the business world. So you go out there with your little menopausal mustache and try to put out your resume. You know, come on. When I come on, I express an opinion. The purpose of it is to get people to call in, and then to be interesting when they call in.
Tom knows how to go out and touch the listener. He knows how to grope them with his approach to radio, to either stir them up, get them excited, get them to respond. He's just very good at that.
Tom Leykis has been doing this for a long time, and because he's been doing it for a long time, he's made it easier for people like Tim and I to do what we do, in the same way that Howard Stern has, by pushing the envelope, by talking about you know, tits, ass, effing.
Find out what you look like. I listen to you all the time.
Oh, cool.
Tom, you're going to get into this first tonight. Moving right of field. star right here.
Oh.
You get the street feel in front of this chair, and then swing it right and sit in a high back leather.
Okay.
Okay?
I tell people that I'm a talk radio whore and things like that. And I'm only talking to you because somebody's paying me. And people think I'm kidding. Do they really think I'd just stop and talk to anybody on the street and have these conversations? Someone wasn't sending me a big check every week? I tell you.
What does that mean? I think it's probably dry.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I have it. I hope I do. I know I took it home, so I didn't like take it home and leave it at my house.
You can get your paperwork if that's okay.
Oh, sure.
All right.
But but you know what? Although people admire the fact that I don't give a shit, that I will say whatever I'm thinking.
I think he's extremely rude. I don't buy anything that he's saying. I think he will take the opposite view of whatever is going on. And deep down inside, I think I like him, but don't tell anybody.
2 weeks from today, speaking of anything happening, 2 weeks from today, we'll be doing our show from Seattle. We'll have our Valentine's Day weekend edition of A Listener Party.
At 9 a.m., there were 40 people waiting in line. And of those, one enterprising listener hired a temp firm and got 3 temps to wait in line for him.
I spent years in places like Phoenix and Albany, New York, doing remotes in front of 10 people and having the advertiser who paid for the remote say, "You're not giving the phone number enough. Say that. Years of that. Over the years, I figured I had to figure out a way to do a remote broadcast that was compelling. And the idea of seeing some guy sit in front of the battery store or in front of the stereo store and just broadcasting prices and sales and things like that was just not that interesting. Holy shit! Oh, it's still going. Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
There it is, around the block.
Holy shit! Oh my God! Holy shit!
Around the block again.
Oh, turn left!
Go up past.
This is fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Look to the red light.
No. You got to drop Dino off right up by the bus. All right, go up past the line. Stop
Holy
right behind.
shit, look at that! Up.
Go up.
You know we're on camera.
Hey, man, what's up?
Hey.
Hey!
You here to see Tom, man?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
baby! Woohoo!
All right.
Yo, Tom rocks!
He rocks. Why does he rock?
Why does he rock?
Why? Let's hear it.
Because he fucking speaks the truth.
I want to talk to Tom.
You want to talk to Tom? What do you want, stickers?
I want stickers. I just want to talk to him.
All right, we are less than 1 minute away from wide open telephones on the Tom Leykis Show. It's time to check in with all departments, make sure everyone's prepared for today's broadcast. Music library, are you there?
Music library ready.
Good. How about the sound effects people?
Sound effects ready.
Okay, master clock people, timing, are you there?
6.
Hello?
Timing and flow ready.
Wonderful. Turntables?
Turntables ready.
Great. Pre-recorded department.
Tape decks ready.
And our splicing people.
Dubbing and editing ready.
Perfect. Thank you. Enough. Hold it already. Special effects, are you there?
Special effects ready.
And, thank you, special effects. Special voice effects?
Boxes ready.
Oh, that's one. Ready. How about the sales department, are you there?
Marketing and sales ready.
Thank you. Okay, engineering department, are you there?
Engineering department, stand by.
Stand by. We're on the air in a minute.
Engineering ready.
Thank you very much. B-Duke department, please. Thank you, John Paul George and Randy. Okay, prepare to fade down the musical background as we go to the 10-second countdown for the Tom Leykis Show. Thank you. We are 10 seconds away from the start of the Tom Leykis Show. All departments, all personnel, stand by. The Tom Leykis Show is about to go on the air. Hello, Seattle! There's a light around the block, for God's sake! The line goes all the way down 5th Avenue, baby! We're stopping traffic in Seattle, for God's sake! And we love it! Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. Here is another in our Dog and Pony Show episodes where we go on the road and have a little listener party where people get juiced and get loose.
straight and narrow path to follow, not to be a pussy.
You know, I think Tom has kind of boiled it right down to what dating is all about. I mean, dating for single guys is about getting laid.
It bothers me that he's got such an audience and that this is what he chooses to help men out with. Men need help in many other areas. If they really want to get laid, first thing they need to realize is that women are human beings.
That's so not true. Oh my God.
Women are not human beings.
Women are human beings. If men want to get laid, simply realizing that women are human beings isn't going to do it. It's just not.
First thing, they need to be honest. They need to be honest with the person and go into that saying, you know, all I'm looking for is to get laid, and here are my papers that I don't have HIV. Because obviously, if that's their only motivation, then they need to be straightforward and honest.
The idea is to actually get laid, not to make it sound real cool. The cat. Yeah. That wouldn't work. You know. Yeah, the point is something that actually works.
You know what though? If some guy started using some kind of weird rules that he found off the Tom Leykis show to try to get laid,
you wouldn't know.
I have a heart, and I would be hurt by that.
You would not know.
Oh, and that makes it better. That makes it better because some guy's using these rules to get laid.
You would be hurt. You
if some guy did that to you, I'd kick his ass.
Thank you for tuning in. It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. And more importantly, teaches women how men think. I am your professor. Class is in session at 1-800-5800-TOM.
The kind of stuff that we used to talk about was essentially the kind of stuff we talk about now on the air, which is just relationships and what, you know, how Dooley got burned this weekend by yet another chick and how he spent $80 on a dinner, and Tom sitting in there lecturing him about how he keeps on doing this to himself over and over again. And
the trick is to not spend a whole shitload of money on these babes. And to make sure that you don't act like you care about whether they ever call you or whether they're ever home when you call. You just don't care. The minute you care, they run.
All this stuff was happening behind the scenes.
Make sure she drinks more booze than you do.
You don't want that whiskey, Dick.
No, you definitely don't.
I think we just all saw a direction to take the show that made a lot of sense, and it's really worked.
So you go out on a date, you ask the woman out, first of all, and she has the right to say yes or no. Then you have to drive over and pick her up. Then you open the door for her. Then you close the door for her. Then you drive her to the restaurant. You pull the chair off her. You pull her coat off. You take the coat. You put it in the back of the chair. You push the chair in. You sit down. The two of you eat. She gets to go blah, 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 blah about anything and everything, stuff you don't care about. At the end of the evening, you're paying for dinner. You're paying for the drinks. You pull the chair out. You put her coat on. You put her in the car. You open the door. You close the door. Then you take her home. Then she gets to decide whether or not you're going to get anything.
Women are out to get, you know, as many free dinners and bottles of champagne as they can.
It horrifies me that he's teaching, quote unquote, men to treat women like me as objects, and that we are something to be bought.
What I say on the radio is not the catalyst to make people do anything. All I do is reinforce what they already believe. All people react to are things I say that in their heart they truly believe. I don't believe that anybody goes on the radio or goes to a podium anywhere and ever convinces anybody to do anything other than what they already want to do. So all I do by going on the radio in some cases is make people feel they're not the only ones who think that way, or that it's okay to have a different opinion, or it's okay to feel the way you do. It's okay to be different. And all I do is I'm a mirror. I don't tell people what to do. I'm just a mirror of what is out there.
Sex is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a nice thing. You can do it carefully. You can do it safely. There's absolutely no reason why you need to torture men because you like them. I don't torture men. That? I'm not playing some weird game. Not you personally. A lot of women. They do.
The problem is, I mean, women are women, and women should be women instead of trying to be something else. That's what I think. Because anything, you know, a lot of these feminists, women are trying to be like guys, and they're not. Women are women, you know. They have breasts, you know.
No woman
wants to think of herself as a whole. You got to play along with the game and stuff. Like she's all nice. She's going to do this for you. And you're all interested in what she's saying. And, you know, you really don't give a shit. You're just waiting the clock go tick, tick, tick so you can get her clothes off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. Women are always out to get the man's money. Always.
Women who are attracted to Tom Leykis, I strongly believe, could not have that good of self-esteem. Because obviously he has no respect for them.
We love Tom Leykis. Yes, he's very good. We want to show him our rap.
You know the joke that men tell. There's all these jokes that men tell about women when they're not around. They use the T word, but I can't use that on the air, so I'll tell the joke this way. Why did God give women boobs? You know the punchline? So men will talk to them.
I have never cared about what people think. I think that to worry about what people think is to be dead. I have always done exactly what I wanted. I've gotten divorced 3 times. I have said things on the radio that have offended people, alienated advertisers, alienated individuals. I have taken risks. I have taken stupid risks. I've taken risks that later on maybe I regretted, but I will say this, I never, ever worried about the impact of what I said. I always was honest.
You know, ugly chicks will do whatever you want them to do in bed. I mean, put it this way, if there's anything you ever wanted to do, you can be assured that an ugly chick knows she's not going to get taken out to dinner, knows she's not going to be treated well. She has such low self-esteem, she will do absolutely anything you wanted to do in bed at all.
I had the misfortune as a kid of being what they call a gifted child with a high IQ. I could read at 18 months old. When I was in the first grade, I was reading the New York Times when everybody was reading Dick and Jane. And the misfortune of that is that I never got along with people. I was considered to be very antisocial. And a lot of people thought that I was just plain insane. Essentially, the way things worked was my father and I, in the little time we saw each other, screamed at each other, and he would threaten me and what have you. And then my mother would always be trying to calm everybody down. And also tried to shove Catholicism down my throat.
Hey, I just was curious, actually, on why you choose atheism. I mean, versus being agnostic.
I didn't choose it. I didn't choose it.
Well, okay, why you hold that belief?
Why do you hold your belief? Because your mother shoved it down your throat.
Whatever she learned about by listening to my radio show. Even she, in fact, despite the fact that I always said I was an atheist, I don't think she believed it until she heard me say it on the radio. And even then, she said, "You don't really believe that. You're just saying that for ratings, aren't you?" And I said, "No, I'm an atheist." And she learned a lot about me from listening to me on the radio doing my show.
I don't see any evidence that there's a God.
But you see evidence that there is not.
I just don't believe in a God. That's what that's the very nature of atheism.
Exactly.
And that's what I am.
But you don't have any reasoning?
I don't need any. I don't believe the fairy tales that people have written. I don't believe the fairy tales to explain things that we do not and cannot understand. You know, it's interesting how every country has its own version of these fairy tales.
Yeah.
Right? And it always reflects the local culture. I mean, God is an explanation for things that we can't explain. That's what it is. I mean, it was like the John Lennon song. God is a concept by which we measure our pain. God is a concept.
Okay. God is a concept. God is an idea. Isn't it possible that that idea exists? I mean...
Not to me.
No possible way?
I don't think
I mean, you don't even consider that it's a possibility?
No, I don't see any evidence at all.
My mom became my biggest supporter, my biggest fan, to the point where she would write letters to, for example, the Arsenio Hall show. And she would say, "You should have this Tom Leykis on the Arsenio Hall show."
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. A radio agnostic is somebody who had a meeting with the general manager of the radio station. It was an atheist when he walked in. It was an agnostic when he came out. You know what I'm saying? Because you go into the general manager of the station, he's going, don't say you're an atheist. You don't have to say that. I've had this meeting, by the way. You don't have to say that. You just say you're agnostic. No one knows what that is. Just say you're that.
When my father died, my mother called me and she started to take on the persona of my father. She's like, you better come here for the funeral. You better be here. You better damn well show up at this goddamn funeral. I said, I'm not coming. And she said, what do you mean you're not coming? You better, or else. I said, or else what? I said, I'm not coming. I am not coming to this funeral. I came and I visited my father, and all he could do was talk on the telephone to people about some job he doesn't even have anymore, about union activities. That's all he could do. And my mother said to me, your father liked that job more than anything. He loved that job more than anything. I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's why I'm not coming to the funeral. Why don't you call his co-workers? Since he loved the job more than anything, have them come to the funeral. I came to see my father, and he had no time to spend with me. So I have no time to come to the funeral. My mother didn't speak to me for 6 months after that.
I was back east going to a funeral on New Year's Day, going to my grandfather's funeral, and I was in between Nashville and Huntsville, Alabama. And
That was such a nightmare of a trip.
It was after a long 10-hour trip on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and we're all cramped in a little rental car in between Nashville and Huntsville, and I'm just kind of scanning on the radio, and I hear Tom's voice. And
Unmistakable.
And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
here's Tom Leykis. I haven't heard him so long, and the signal
We were on,
was
like-
so weak.
We were on like a 2-hour drive too, and it was
And
just
next thing I know, the voice was gone.
I've been listening probably about 3 months. I'm actually a pretty new listener, so I'm ready to call up to say, first time caller, long time listener. So I'll see if he likes that, if I ever get on the air with him. Which hopefully today I will get on the air with him.
Just him.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Let's go to Missy on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. Long time listener, first time caller.
I do. You want to go? I got an extra ticket.
No, I can't.
Hi, Tom.
How are you? Good. Very good.
I get a hug from you. I just gave you a call.
What was that? You?
That was Melissa.
Oh, very good.
And I
Very
came all
good.
dressed up for you.
Oh, totally cool. You did, huh? Me and him and everybody else. Yeah.
So happy to get on the air.
Had you ever been on before?
Actually, at a listener party with you, and then I had gone on once before, and it was a debate with some chick that I totally disagreed with, and you took her side, which is totally fine. Everybody's opinion.
What were we talking about?
Oh, that she hangs out with less attractive women to make herself feel better, and I said that that's pretty sad that she has to do that, and that, I would hate to be friends with her, and you said, oh, you know that you probably think that too. When you go out to bars, you probably like to hang out with a less attractive person, and I said, not even. My girlfriends go out, and we don't judge it like that and stuff.
Wait.
When I was at Parents' Tom did it at Chillers in the South Bay, there were a bunch of women lined up, and they didn't realize I was Tom's wife, and they were kind of pushing me out of the way, and that kind of thing. And one of them saw I had a VIP pass on, and she said, "Ooh, how did you get that? What did you have to do to get that? How do I get one of those passes?" And I said, "Well, I married him." And she said, "Oh, right." And she went and got a rack signed. So, yeah, I would have liked to given her a slap.
You're waiting for the moment that you're going to be called on stage for Tom to sign you, and you have to wait for that moment. So the suspense is building, and then the release comes when you go up there. I was able to see all these men all their eyes were on me. So I have, however many guys times 2 eyes on me, and it was really quite a rush.
Stage itself was
was not high enough so that it was really difficult to actually see anything. Especially when a girl went up on stage to get a rack signed, it was really hard because everybody's climbing all over everybody else, and so it was really difficult to get a good look.
Sometimes it almost seems like having Tom sign their rack is just a small part of the whole thing. They just are looking for a venue to expose themselves.
That is an amazing ass. That's an ass right on the mountain now. That is an
To get a little attention, be a center of attention, even for a minute, when they stand in front of the audience and show off Tom's signature.
It's an entertainment show. I have a big mouth, I yell loud, and people take their tops off.
I don't know, sometimes I perceive Tom show as being just a little misogynistic.
Women are attention whores, and a good-looking woman knows that if she's next to an ugly woman, she looks even better.
What element of misogyny are you referring to?
Well, you make out women to be the source of all of men's troubles, and like men are these pathetic little creatures that are completely manipulated, controlled by women.
Groovy.
How's it going, man?
Just waiting in line to see Tom.
Why do you like Tom so much?
He's funny. Cracks me up, man.
So are you a loyal Leykis 101 follower?
Yeah, but I'm failing miserably.
Oh no, what's going on?
You want to know how many people are already inside?
Boy, I don't think they've started letting people in yet. This line would have been moving.
It's the single mom thing that gets me.
Oh, really?
My age, I don't have a choice.
You're dating a single mom?
No, not anymore. I didn't want to pay support for 3 kids that weren't mine.
So you dumped her or what?
Well, she dumped me.
I've listened to him once, and I think he's kind of a misogynist.
Well, what are you doing in line here?
I'm here for my boyfriend who wants to see him.
Leykis 101, that's what it's all about.
Yeah?
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's why she's here before I was, waiting in line for me after I get out of work.
Most of the stuff he says is really true, because I don't know. I like it when he goes off on girls and saying that girls are gold diggers and stuff, because most of them are. And I'm not.
No.
Okay, I was Elizabeth is right here. She's not a gold digger, yeah. Give me a reason why you wouldn't like Tom.
That's a good answer.
There you go. He likes all racks and he doesn't discriminate.
That's true. You guys going to be letting him sign today?
I brought my Sharpie. My husband doesn't like ideas. I did last time though.
You brought your Sharpie? Tom's got lots of Sharpies, don't worry.
I got my own Sharpie. It's
Oh, purple Sharpie. That's good.
Look at that. Ready to get him signed. See? I got my pen, my Sharpie. Got him ready.
What really gets me is the enthusiasm of the whole thing. I mean, they're really so into it.
Every producer I've had has a different talent and a different ability. Gary will talk into my earpiece and will tell me to go further. He will push me to the edge.
I'm involved in organizing, in putting together every listener party from almost the bottom up. You happy, Ace?
Are you?
This is excellent.
Digging this or what?
It's totally fucking excellent. He can do his Axl Rose thing around the stage if they can follow him with the spot.
Yeah. They'll be
All
following.
right? Because here's my problem. If you wait, if this place is black,
Yeah.
and he waits, he's got to make it from behind the curtain to the microphone with like no time in the dark.
You mean
It's gonna be
open
cool.
to open the show?
To open the show.
Okay, so you want him to come out a little bit and be followed with spots a little bit ahead of?
No. Here he is, Tom Leykis.
Okay.
Bam.
Curtain, spot.
Curtain. He's already got the mic stand in his hand behind the stage. He just comes out and you follow him around the stage.
Okay.
He'll do the open walking around instead of standing behind the podium.
All right.
You good with that?
Here he is.
on whatever you put in front of them.
I'm Hot Tip Amy.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I've been calling Tom for the last 2.5 years, and I have this great talent at putting a drink between my breasts, and I don't need the bra. It'll happen without the bra.
Wow.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Paul on the car phone. Paul, you're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello. What? Gary. They're chanting "Show your tits." That is not going on the air. If they say it again, I'll walk off. You've got to have the security people throw it. Anyone else says that. Okay, you got it. No more chanting. We got a long line of people that want to come in here, guys. If you chant "Show your tits," these guys are going to throw you out, each and every one of you.
While we're on the air, you can't say tits. We'll just close this whole thing down. We're going to have to roll.
The first time they handed out antenna balls was at a gig in Orange County, and it was just a bad idea.
We're not giving those out now, are we? Please, I'm begging. Those antenna balls, if I get hit with one, I'm walking. I'm telling you, don't let those be given out.
The crowd got a little crazy and started whipping them toward the stage.
Yeah, hold off the antenna balls.
Especially now, they'll start throwing them.
Yeah, Tom just took a couple dings in a few too many dings in the head, I think, is what happened. All right, you got it, man. All right. Late. Dino's coming. The world is a better place.
Well, that was Dino. Well, Dino is a hanger-on, but he's our favorite hanger-on. He's like our mascot. Dino doesn't work for Westwood One. Dino doesn't work for me.
My brother is actually...
If they were good looking, they'd get a pass. They'd get a pass. Sorry.
Dino wormed his way into our hearts with groceries, and he came down and catered our show for free for several weeks from his grocery business. And ultimately, we just found out that he's a likable guy. We like hanging out with him.
When you look at Dino, you know, hello, player, you know. And he was, because he comes off as a player, like he's only out there to get one thing.
I know. I'm an asshole. I'm a living asshole. I can take it.
We got a screener named Mike Dooley, who acts as our bouncer, and he'll bounce your ass the hell off the air. He screens out the wackos, the weirdos, and the winos.
Hey, Monica. Watch your filthy little mouth, you little sailor, you. All right. You cannot say fuck on the air. Calling Tom Leykis. All right, what's your first name? Brian Schneider.
But that was great.
Brian, what did you want to say about this?
And here's what
I wanted to thank Tom for a bet he helped me win last night when he was on Politically Incorrect. What bet was that?
Some of the email we got.
One of my friends thought he was a black guy.
Well, he's definitely not.
You're listening
All right, thanks for calling.
Tom Leykis show.
He said, thanks for calling. Does that mean he hung up on me? The people that get on are the ones that have something to say.
My name is Todd.
Have a good connection, and I can understand what they're saying.
I am calling from Anaheim from the 57 freeway. I want to get flashed. I'm a dedicated listener, and I want... yeah. What's that? He blew me off. I've heard him do it for other people, but like
Damn. If you can't get the words out of your mouth, you're out. If you've got nothing to say or you just want to say hi to Tom, that's great. Write a letter.
Anybody who calls talk radio, 2 or 3 times a day, is in serious trouble.
Never get a hold of his real resume.
I'm one of those regular callers, one of those nutcases that talk show hosts talk about as, I'm the kind of guy they start to recognize my voice. Luckily, since my name's John, I get lost in the fray because there's a lot of Johns calling.
People who call continually very likely have too much time on their hands.
Generally 6 in the morning until about 9, it's either Bill Handel or Howard Stern, depending on, what the subject matter is. From 9 until noon, it's probably Rush Limbaugh or Howard Stern.
People who do it regularly, I don't know.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Noon, I'll listen to Al Rantel. 3 o'clock, of course, Tom. 3 till 7 is Tom, and then from 7, I'll probably listen to Conway and Steckler until about 10 o'clock. Then usually I listen to Loveline because Adam Carolla just cracks me up. I mean, he makes me laugh like no one else. And that pretty much covers, 18 hours of the day so far?
My name is Stacy Burke, and I'm a fetish model. And I always drive to and from shoots, back and forth, and I listen to 97.1 all the time. For instance, today, since I'm a fetish model and actress, I'm doing a boxing match. It's one of the fetishes that I do. And of course, after a long day of being beat up on the set, I will be listening to Tom Leykis for some refreshing laughter and to wake me up after I get beat up. Tom Leykis has this thing on Friday, Flash Friday, where if you turn your headlights on, you get flashed. So I'm always looking for people with their headlights on.
Flash Friday was was actually something that was initiated by a caller that called on one Friday and said that he thinks that women that are loyal to the show or women that listen to the show should show their loyalty by flashing guys on the freeway.
Since I'm a fanatic about Tom Leykis and that, I had Tom Leykis Flash Friday, went out and bought stickers and made up kind of a homemade Flash Friday thing for my back window.
Everyone put your headlights on because I'm looking for you because I'm bored. I'm on the 405. I just got done with work and that's my happy hour.
Oh, Stacy wants to flash people. She's out on the 405. We'll talk to Stacy in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
I have a flash ready bra. It opens on the front so I could easily flash. I'm always flashing people on the 405. I'm flashing cops to get out tickets. I'm flashing anybody that will look, anybody that will have their lights on because I know they're Tom Leykis listeners and fans and I'm bonding with them.
What happened out there on the road after we talked to you? You called in and you said you didn't see any headlights on. Then what happened?
All of a sudden, Headlight City, it looked like Christmas. Everybody started coming up to the car. It was like a feeding frenzy. Everybody's honking, yes!
Right next to us here.
Yes! Ah! There you go! Oh, here they come. They're coming in droves now. Yes! It's a feeding frenzy. Yes? We're right next to a school bus, too. I'm trying not to shield myself. Don't want to taint the poor children.
Did you flash a lot of people?
I flashed everybody, Tom.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Were they enjoying what they were seeing?
Yes, they were. Some were stunned. Some looked like deer in headlights, so to speak. No pun intended.
Or deer in the daytime running lights, probably.
How's that?
Oh, that feels good. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
You have a long name.
Yes, Archibald Switcherini. I had to get the whole thing in.
If I was to flash someone on the freeway, I would probably cause an accident. I wouldn't be surprised if they would hit the that inner railing.
I don't have a negative view of women.
I'm amazed that your female listeners put up with it.
A real man pees standing up, and there is some splashback, and it's a woman's job to clean it up, God damn it. Because we paid the rent.
I think women want us to be bad boys and like a little bit of misogyny. They don't want guys who are pussies. They don't want guys who can be steamrolled. You married the professor.
Yeah, little did I know what I was getting in for.
Oh, really?
You seem like...
Well, the door is right over here. Really, what I say on the air isn't all that important. And people might be surprised to hear me say that, but well, my opinion is not that important.
I used to let myself get upset about it and sometimes immediately dial up Tom and say, how could you have said that? Why are you saying that? It's completely wrong. But nowadays, I'll just put in a cassette and listen to music if he's really driving me crazy. It's not worth getting into a fight over. It's just radio.
It's a radio show. And what's amazing to me about it is how seriously people take it.
After all, he recognizes that, bottom line,
Broadcasting is a business, and he is paid to deliver an audience and paid to deliver numbers. And if that doesn't happen, he's not going to be there. So he does what he has been paid to do.
I am here to get the largest number of people possible to tune in at the time I'm on a particular radio station. I am not here to serve the public in any other way. They're bored, they're in their cars, they want to hear me say words like erect nipple. They want to hear me say things like, your panties are moist. They want to hear that, and I give it to them. That's my job.
I think there's a lot more of Tom Leykis that people haven't seen yet, haven't heard yet, and I think there's plenty more to come.
I'm not ashamed of what I do, because I know that I am reflecting exactly what men think. And I'm the only person with the fucking balls to sit on the radio and to say what men think.
Disabuse yourself of the notion of being a gentleman. When you are a gentleman with a woman, she's going to wipe her feet on you. The reason women can't be CEOs is because they don't take going to work every day for 40 years seriously as men do. Women like money and power. And the more attractive a woman is, the more money and power she will try to attract. You see, this is what women do. In fact, what they'll do is they'll suck all the roses and the drinks and all the free meals out of one poor sucker, usually a nice guy. And then they'll go bang some guy who treats them like crap, the kind of guy who listens to this show.